Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into a fascinating world that many of you might not know much about, tank models. Whether you're a history buff, a hobbyist, or just curious, we're going to explore the historical evolution of tanks and how you can start crafting your own model right at home. Buckle up. So, let's kick things off with a little trip down history lane. Tanks have come a long way since their introduction in World War I. Remember those old clunky models like the Mark I? They were actually designed to break the stalemate of trench warfare. Pretty cool, right? As we rolled into World War II, tanks got a serious makeover. Enter the iconic Sherman, Tiger, and T-34, powerhouses that changed the game. Fast forward to the post-war era, and we saw tanks becoming more advanced, especially during the Cold War. Think about legendary names like the M60 and T-55. And hey, modern tanks like the M1 Abrams and Leopard 2 are now top-notch, bringing cutting-edge tech into the battlefield. Imagine the stories these machines could tell. And let's not forget how tanks have embedded themselves in our culture. From movies and video games to countless documentaries, their presence is everywhere. Plus, tank museums are a great way to dive deeper into this history, often featuring jaw-dropping displays of these machines. Now that we've dusted off our history books, let's talk about the model side of things. There's a whole community out there passionate about tank models. And guess what? They come in many types. You've got your scale models, everything from 135 to 172. Then there are RC tanks for those who like a little action. And what's the best choice, metal or plastic? That totally depends on whether you want something durable or maybe a bit lighter for easier handling. Some popular brands are Tamiya, Italeri, and Airfix, just to name a few. If you're dipping your toes in this hobby, I'd recommend starting with a kit that's not too complex. It makes the crafting experience much more enjoyable. So what do you need to get started? First, let's talk about tools. You'll want some basics like a modeling knife, good tweezers, and different paintbrush sizes. A lot of hobbyists prefer using an airbrush for painting, but honestly, hand painting works just fine too. Next, we need materials, and trust me, they'll make a world of difference. For paints, you'll often see acrylics or enamel. They both have their perks, but acrylic paints are usually easier to clean up. And don't forget about setting up your crafting space. A well-organized area makes everything easier. And please, safety first. Wear a mask if you're spraying paint to keep those fumes away from your lungs. All right, it's finally time for some hands-on action. Step 1. Pick your model kit. Some models can be intricate, so make sure to choose one based on your skill level. Unboxing your kit is like Christmas morning. Inspect the parts carefully, and pro tip, give everything a wash with warm, soapy water to remove any oils or dust. Next up, assembly. Use glue carefully and make sure everything fits snugly. If you want to paint your model, you can do that before or after assembly. Once your tank is put together, detailing is where the magic happens. You can add weathering effects to give your model that authentic, battle-worn look. Don't forget about the decals to showcase its unique identity. Finally, think about how you want to display your masterpiece. A simple base or even a detailed diorama can make all the difference, showcasing your hard work. Now, if you're eager to dive deeper, there's an amazing community waiting for you. Online forums and social media groups are perfect for sharing your work and picking up tips. Also, consider finding local clubs or groups where you can meet fellow modelers. There's something special about sharing advice and excitement in person. Don't forget to check out exhibitions, contests, and museums for inspiration. For resources, you can find a ton of great books and YouTube channels dedicated to tank modeling. So there you have it, folks. Whether you're fascinated by the history of tanks or ready to roll up your sleeves and start crafting, there's so much to discover. I hope you feel inspired to dive into this hobby and maybe even share your own models with us. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and share your thoughts or experiences in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and happy modeling!